The Annabelle doll. Just saying its name sends chills down your spine, doesn't it? This isn't just some horror movie prop, this is real deal documented evil. We're talking about an entity that's been terrifying people for decades, locked away in a museum but still as powerful as ever. We're going deep into the Warrens' case files, peeling back the layers of this haunting to uncover the truth about Annabelle. Let's get one thing straight right off the bat. Annabelle isn't some creepy porcelain doll like you see in the movies. Those porcelain dolls might give you the chills, but Annabelle is something else entirely. No, the real Annabelle is far more innocent looking. She's not the stuff of nightmares at first glance. She's a Raggedy Ann doll, you know, the kind with the yarn hair and the stitched-on smile. The kind you might have had as a child sitting on your bed. Don't let that fool you though, because behind those button eyes lies something truly sinister. It's a deception, a mask hiding a dark secret. She's locked away in a glass case at the Warren Occult Museum, and let me tell you, the energy in that place is heavy. It's like the air itself is thick with dread. You can feel it the second you walk in, this oppressive weight pressing down on you. It's almost as if the walls themselves are watching. It's like every dark entity in that room has its eyes on you, and trust me, Annabelle's stare cuts right through you. It's a gaze that chills you to the bone. You see her there, just sitting in that case, and you might think, what's so scary about a Raggedy Ann doll? But that's where you'd be wrong. But the air around her crackles with negative energy. It's almost palpable, like static electricity before a storm. This isn't just some haunted object, this is a conduit, a vessel for something dark and powerful, something that defies explanation and logic. This whole thing started back in the 1970s with a nursing student named Donna. She got Annabelle as a gift, seemed harmless enough at first, right? But it wasn't long before things started to go sideways, and I'm not talking about your average creaking doors and flickering lights here. This was different. Donna would find the doll in different positions, sometimes even different rooms. Then came the notes, handwritten messages scrawled on parchment paper that just materialized out of thin air. These weren't friendly greetings either, these were pleas for help, messages signed, "Help us." But the worst part, the detail that still makes my blood run cold, were the claw marks. Deep, 3-clawed scratches that appeared on Donna and her roommate. Now, when you're dealing with something as dark and powerful as Annabelle, you don't call the Ghostbusters, you call the Warrens. Ed and Lorraine, the world's most renowned paranormal investigators, recognized right away that this wasn't just a haunting. This was a full-blown demonic possession. See, demons, they can't just waltz into our world whenever they please. They need a conduit, a beacon, something to latch onto in the physical realm. And in this case, that conduit was Annabelle. The Warrens, they've seen it all, but even they were shaken by the sheer power emanating from this doll. They knew they had to contain it, to prevent it from wreaking havoc on the world. Chapter 4. The Glass Case. A Warning Ignored. Annabelle sits in that glass case, a constant reminder of the evil that lurks in the shadows. Her eyes seem to follow you, her presence almost palpable, as if she's waiting for someone to make a mistake. There's a warning sign on that case, clear as day. Positively do not open. It's not just a suggestion, it's a dire warning meant to keep people safe. You'd think that'd be enough, right? But curiosity, it can be a powerful drug, and some people, they just can't resist tempting fate. They lean in closer, their fingers itching to touch the forbidden. I've heard stories, whispers from those who dared to mock Annabelle, who scoffed at the warnings. They thought it was all just a myth, a story to scare children. They laughed, they taunted, they challenged the very entity trapped within that glass prison. Their arrogance knew no bounds, and they believed they were invincible. And let me tell you, they paid the price. The moment they crossed that line, they felt it. A chill down their spine, a sense of impending doom. Some were overcome with a sense of dread so profound, so crippling, that they fled the museum in terror. Their faces pale, their hearts racing, they couldn't get out fast enough. Others, their cameras malfunctioned, their batteries drained, as if the very technology they relied on was being sapped of its life force. It was as if Annabelle herself was reaching out, reminding them of her power. Chapter 5. The Ultimate Price, a Fatal Motorcycle Crash. Now, I've seen a lot of things in my line of work, things that would make your hair stand on end, the kind of stories that linger in your mind long after you've heard them. But the story of the couple and the motorcycle, that one sticks with me. It's a tale that haunts me to this day. These two, they were skeptical, thought the whole thing was a hoax. They didn't believe in curses or haunted dolls. They went to the museum, stood in front of Annabelle's case and laughed. They mocked the stories, thinking it was all just a joke. The guy, he even banged on the glass, challenged the doll to a fight. He was fearless, or so he thought. They left the museum, got on his motorcycle, and never made it home. The ride that was supposed to be fun turned into a nightmare. A horrific crash claimed his life instantly. It was a scene of utter devastation. His girlfriend survived, but she was badly injured. She was left with scars, both physical and emotional. The police, they couldn't explain it, said it was just a tragic accident. But the circumstances were too strange to ignore. But those of us who know the truth, we know it was no accident. The curse of Annabelle had claimed another victim. Chapter 6. Annabelle escapes? Viral panic. Imagine waking up one morning, scrolling through the news and seeing the headline, Annabelle escapes Warren Museum. That's what happened back in 2020. The internet went into a frenzy. People were terrified, convinced that this demonic entity was on the loose. Social media blew up. Everyone was sharing the story, speculating about where Annabelle was, who she was going to terrorize next. It was chaos, pure pandemonium. Turns out it was all a hoax, some internet prankster trying to get their kicks. Chapter 7. A palpable presence. Visitors beware. Even locked away, Annabelle's power is undeniable. People who visit the museum, they report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, a heaviness in the air, especially around her case. Some visitors, they get physically ill, nauseous, dizzy, like their bodies are rejecting the very air they breathe. Cameras malfunction, batteries drain, electronic devices go haywire. It's as if the energy surrounding Annabelle disrupts anything electronic, as if she's trying to sever our connection to the outside world. And then there are the whispers. Chapter 8. Where did this evil originate? What dark forces are at play here? Some believe Annabelle is connected to the occult, that she was used in some sort of ritual, a conduit for summoning something dark and powerful. Imagine a seance gone wrong, a ritual designed to harness evil, to bend it to someone's will. But something went wrong, the ritual backfired, and the entity they summoned, it found a home in the most unsuspecting of vessels, a Raggedy Ann doll. This wasn't just some child's plaything, it became a beacon for evil, a vessel for something ancient and malevolent. Chapter 9. The movies, they sensationalize things, amp up the fear factor. They give Annabelle a creepy porcelain face, a sinister grin, but the real Annabelle, she's far more insidious. See, the real terror isn't in what she looks like, it's in what she represents. It's the knowledge that this seemingly innocuous doll is a conduit for something truly evil. It's the stories, the documented accounts of her malevolence, the unexplained occurrences that defy logic and reason. Chapter 10. Annabelle's story is a cautionary tale, a reminder that there are forces at play in this world that we cannot comprehend, let alone control. She's a testament to the fact that evil can take many forms, even the most unassuming. She's locked away, yes, but her power is undeniable. The stories persist, the legends grow, and the fear remains. Annabelle has become a modern-day boogeyman, a symbol of our deepest fears and anxieties. So, there you have it, the truth about Annabelle. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, there's no denying that this doll has captured our imaginations, sparked countless debates, and sent shivers down our spines. Is she truly possessed by an evil entity, or is it all just mass hysteria, a series of unfortunate coincidences? The answer, my friends, is up to you. But one thing's for sure, Annabelle's story serves as a chilling reminder that some things are best left undisturbed, some doors are better left unopened,